The frost hook mite thrives in extreme cold, its translucent body perfectly adapted to blend with the glowing ice.
On a frozen world far beyond our sun, something listens through ice. It does not see you, it hears your heartbeat through 2 meters of snow. Out here, silence is not safety. On Glacier 9, silence means something is already hunting you. From the edge of the galaxy, we find Glacier 9, a silent, grey-white world where even the light freezes.
This gas giant is home to some of the most violent storms in the galaxy. The electric discharges alone could power a civilization.
The probe descends through frozen storms, where sunlight fades and only the sound of ice remains. Designation: Glacier 9. Surface temperature: minus 120 degrees Celsius. The air is dense, corrosive, and full of chlorine. One human breath will destroy your lungs. Gravity here is 1.6 G, 60% heavier than Earth. Glacier 9, every movement costs energy. Wasting energy means death. There is no day. High-altitude ice crystals scatter weak sunlight into a permanent blue-grey dusk. The wind does not just move air, it sculpts the planet. Storms are chemical. Sometimes the sky glows pale green as toxic snow falls, burning exposed tissue. Nothing here is gentle. Even the weather kills. There are no forests, no grass, no photosynthesis strong enough to feed a world like this. Life begins as a film, a thin electromineral mat that spreads across fractured rock under the ice. These mats eat chemistry. They pull energy from tiny differences: hot versus cold, acid versus alkaline. They turn those gradients into snow sugars and antifreeze fluids. In the dark, they pulse with a faint green glow. This glow is the foundation of the food web. Anything larger must eat these mats, or eat something that does. It is only 4 centimeters long. It does not kill with claws, teeth, or venom. It kills with cold. This is the frost hook mite, a parasitic heat leech on Glacier 9. It locks onto warm animals and drinks their body heat until they slow, weaken, and stop. Small on this planet does not mean harmless.
The frost hook mite thrives in extreme cold, its translucent body perfectly adapted to the icy terrain.
The frost hook mite's body is not covered in fur or scales. It is armored in something like frozen glass. The shell looks brittle, but it is flexible. Inside that shell, pale fluid circulates slowly. That fluid is antifreeze. Along its back are rows of vibration-sensing nodes. They read movement through ice and bone. The mite does not need vision. It can feel a heartbeat through flesh. Each of its 6 limbs ends in a curved hook with microscopic barbs. Those hooks are not for work. They are for holding on. The frost hook. Mite's body is not covered in fur or scales. It is armored in something like frozen glass. The shell looks brittle, but it is flexible. Inside that shell, pale fluid circulates slowly. That fluid is antifreeze. Along its back are rows of vibration-sensing nodes. They read movement through ice and bone. The mite does not need vision. It can feel a heartbeat through flesh. Each of its 6 limbs ends in a curved hook with microscopic barbs. Those hooks are not for walking. They are for holding on. The frost hook mite does not travel far by itself. Its body is too small to survive the open wind of Glacier 9. Instead, it hitchhikes. When 2 large animals make brief contact, during fighting, during mating, or during sheltering from a chemical storm, the mites cross over. They only need a moment. Once the hooks lock, removal is dangerous. Tearing them off can rip flesh open and bleed heat. Frost hook mites turn contact into infection. The frost hook mite does not give birth to live offspring. It anchors clusters of eggs directly onto warm skin. When a host animal is exhausted and resting, several adult mites gather at once. They hook in, feed, and then glue pale, translucent egg packets to the thinnest skin on the host, usually at joints, throats, or under armor plates. Each egg packet holds dozens of embryos. The embryos do not rely on the parent's body. They rely on the host's heat. The host animal becomes an incubator. After a short time, the eggs split open. Dozens of tiny glass-pale juveniles crawl out and latch immediately onto the same host. They begin feeding within minutes. On Glacier 9, parenthood is not protection. Parenthood is infestation. On Glacier 9, most animals die fast, crushed, frozen, hunted. The frost hook mite kills slowly. The host covered in mites does not bleed out. It just gets tired, and colder, and slower. Eventually, it cannot dig, it cannot run, it cannot hide from larger predators. The mite never needs to kill you directly. It only needs to make you too slow to live. Small is not safe here. Small is a weapon.